Welcome back, everybody. Monthly net worth update. And this month is a really good month. So let's get straight into this. Now, look, first account, and actually, before I get into it, at the end, I will be explaining and going over the game plan for the following month and certain little highlights this month. But one thing, too, is I am 24 years old. I work in a factory and I bring home around $3,800 to $4,500 a month, depending on how some of my side hustles and overtime goes at the actual job. And the side hustles are like Uber Eats and like the YouTube videos, and I'm trying to branch out into different avenues. But let's get started. First account that we will be updating is my savings account, and I really focused in on this account this month because I am trying to have a nice little nest egg for any emergencies that do come up. So I went from $408 to $1,253 with 86 cents. Not bad, not bad. Definitely feels good to be over that $1,000 mark. And down below, let me know how much you personally want to have in your emergency fund. Right now, $1,000 is good to cover a small little emergency. I do want to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses just because I want to be a little bit more conservative with the amount that I actually have for savings, just because it will bring me more peace of mind. But let me know down below how much or what is your number. And look, another thing that really helped me this month, I'll bring it up here, is that I cut back a lot on eating out, man. In the past month, I ate out like almost $800 worth of eating out. This month, it was probably like under 200, which is a pretty big improvement, and that has definitely helped. 401k went from 12,100 to 13,111 with 10 cents. And this is my employer 401k that has a match, and what I invest in this account is just straight S&P 500. Nothing else. That's just what I have in this account. Next up is my Roth IRA, which I have VT, which is a total world ETF, and SEHG, which is like a little growth fund. But we're going from 9,400 to 10,630 with 85 cents. And one thing about these accounts, once they cross that $10,000 mark, it really feels good, and it really just like, it's like a little goal that you met. And when you meet that goal, it feels really good, because this month I pretty much crossed over the $10,000 mark on my Roth IRA, and that has felt freaking amazing. I'm still working on maxing out for this year. It's gonna be a little challenging, but I'm gonna try to get it done. And let me know down below what you personally invest in your 401k. Next up, we got my regular Robinhood brokerage account. I do like having this because I don't want everything, even though they are and they do have their tax advantages, I do like having my money in a taxable just in case I want to use it for something else. But we're going from 3,100 to 3663 with 23 cents, which has been a nice little consistent growth. And in this account, I have VOO, and I did do a little bit of a gamble, a little bit of a play with Robinhood stock itself. And right now it's doing pretty good. I'm up like $250, I think, on it. I think once I hit $1,000 return, I will probably sell that off. But we'll see how that continues to go. Next up, we got Acorns, which is a simple and easy investing app that I really enjoy using. So I will continue to contribute and continue to have it just because it's pretty conservative and I like having it in the back burner. Keeps it simple for me. Let me know down below what brokerage you like to personally use. Acorns and Robinhood are my top just because Robinhood is clean and simple. Same thing with Acorns because it's in the background. I don't really pay attention to it. But we're going from 1,700 to 2,105 with 45 cents. And as you can see, we're having a good amount of increases. And next up is my freaking employee stock purchase program. And this one is going to see the biggest gain because I did have a good amount of shares vested and the price of the actual stock itself increased. So get ready for this, boys. Going from $8,000 to $12,945 with 8 cents. And that is a crazy freaking change. It really is. So shout out to that employee stock purchase program and that bonus that got paid out, because that is a pretty freaking nice little chunk of change right there. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty nice. And that pretty much gets us close to the previous month total assets, man. And I still have 2 accounts to add up. That is freaking insane, man. So let's add these 2 up and see where we're at total asset wise. Going from 5,500 on my Fidelity regular brokerage account taxable to 59.60 with 77 cents. And in this account, I did a little play. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out. I'm down like $10,000 in this account actually. But I am holding it. It has to do with crypto trust. I'm waiting for this bull run to pass by and see if I can recuperate as much money as I can and then just sell it off. Or if for some reason it really takes off and gives me a crazy return, then that'd be cool. But I'm really just trying to get back as much as I can, but I also just have it on the sidelines for any emergency that just come up. This will be the first account that I liquidate out of all my other ones. Probably the savings first, right? For now at least, but then that Fidelity, regular brokerage account Fidelity. Next up, we got my crypto, which if you guys have been keeping up with crypto, it has been doing pretty well. And this month is no different, even though it did have the little bit of a pullback. It has recovered, and you guys know how it goes with crypto. I do have Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and XRP. Those are the 5 that I have, but the main ones that I contribute to is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. The other ones I just have, and I'm keeping them for now. I'll probably sell them off if they have a pretty nice return, if there is a bull market. But we're going from 4,800 to 56.73 with 56 cents. And I don't, bro, we're above 50 grand in assets. That is freaking crazy. There is no way, bro. That is actually insane. In asset wise, we're halfway to that 100K target that we're going after, which is a pretty crazy thing to see and a pretty awesome thing to see, man. That is actually insane, boys. Oh my god. Dude, now let's just a little round of applause for that, man, because if you guys take a look back into April when I pretty much started this monthly update, we were at 33 grand, and in a few months we're at 55,000, man. Almost a $20,000 increase in a few months. That doesn't seem real. Wait, that actually really don't seem real. Is that real? I don't freaking know, boys. That is actually, what the heck? That is really what consistency, a little bit of sacrifice, and work results. And that's pretty cool, man. Now to the unfortunate part of the video. Liability side. My car loan. Took out a car loan to do some side hustles, like gig apps like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and things of that nature. And we're currently working on paying that off. I have a, I think 7% interest loan or interest rate on that, and I am trying to get that paid off as quick as possible. I do have some nice little benefits and incentives from work that makes it a little bit easier. Like free charging, that has really been coming in clutch, man, because I haven't paid for charging in like a few weeks. I'm not gonna lie. So that's actually really nice. But look, I had a plan with the car loan, and we're working it out. We're going from $17,074 to $15,817 with 28 cents. Pretty much took off $1,000 or $1,300 almost, right? Like something like that. And I've been consistently doing $1,000 for these last 2 months, and that is such a good and great feeling, man. And it's honestly, if I take a step back and really look at this, it's pretty crazy to see how much has actually freaking, or how much progress I've actually made in these last couple months, man. And it's like kind of surreal if I really like take a step back and look at the numbers. And that's why I really like showing and seeing the progress of each month. But let's go ahead and press enter and see what we dropped to, man. That looks like a big change, but it's almost like 16 grand. So like it's almost like only $1,000, right? But let's see where our total net worth lands. $39,000 net worth. That is freaking crazy, man. Like a $10,000 increase. Yo, this don't make sense to me though. Like this really don't make sense to me. I mean, a big chunk of that was from the employee stock purchase program. Those stocks that vested, a lot of that was from that. Like half of that, half of it was from that, and the rest was just from my contributions, and also a little bit of appreciation of the actual stocks. And I guess that's just the magic in investing and the beauty of it, man. And the commitment, the grind, you know what I mean? And I've been working that overtime. I've been saving up extra money from not going out to eat, and this is the result of that. And that's pretty freaking good, man. Wow. That's pretty freaking good. Now look, as I literally just mentioned, this month of September, I really focused on picking up some overtime shifts that became available, and they haven't been available in a while. So I definitely took advantage of that. I definitely cut back on the eating out because, man, I was spending $800 a month eating out, which is freaking incredibly crazy. So I cut that back by like $600, man. That's $600 extra to invest, save, or pay down debt with. So definitely big change has been from cutting back on eating out, man. And that has definitely shown in this last month right now compared to the previous month. So going on to this next month, I am picking up overtime. I literally just did Monday, Tuesday overtime shifts. And then this following Monday, I'm doing overtime again. So this next check should be pretty freaking nice. And with that check, I'll probably just put into debt and maybe some into the Roth IRA, which is definitely what I've been focusing on. Besides that, I definitely want to focus up on my side hustles, like the videos, Uber Eats, and try to venture off into something else, man. I don't know exactly what it will be yet, but I am definitely trying to venture off into something else. But I definitely want to focus more into the current things that I'm working on, especially the videos, man. I definitely want to create and upload more, man. Some good quality stuff, you know? So that is definitely a focus. And I have some in the back burner that I'm still working on releasing. that I'm gonna be really, really proud of, and I'm excited for you guys to see that. But that is really the focus for this month. And again, I think I'm really gonna be trying to knock off $1,000 into the principal on my car loan every single month, and then also contributing as much as I can into my Roth, my brokerage, and crypto, and my acorns, and my savings, especially my savings. I'm definitely trying to hit 2,300 as soon as I can, because that pretty much covers 1 month of rent. So I definitely want to hit that. But besides that, man, it's really just to continue to hunker down and work. That's really what I look at October as, just a month to lock down and work. I am currently in the hiring process for a job that will pretty much double my monthly income, which is a crazy opportunity. Who knows what will come from it, but I'm going to see it through. If it works out, beautiful. If it doesn't, at the end of the day, I will still reach my goals and become the man I want to become, regardless of this opportunity. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to give it my all. But also, if it doesn't land, it just didn't work out, man. Doesn't mean I won't work out. It just means that this specific thing just didn't work out. You can intent it in. Oh heck no! Like, okay, nah, we're done. I can apply again and see if it works out. But even if it doesn't, I will be okay, and I will continue to work, and I will reach these goals, man. And that's one thing that I was kind of stressing about, right? I was thinking like, dang, man, because like, bro, it really is a crazy opportunity to double your monthly income. And I was really thinking about it. And I was like, wow, I really want this, and I do really want this, and I'm gonna really try to achieve this. But if it doesn't work out, man, at the end of the day, I know I will reach where I want to reach. And I really want to show you guys how much can change in a few months, man. Because look back, dude, this is 1 month. This is not, the year's not even over yet. And of course, we might have a couple rough months. Who knows, right? Who knows what really happens? That's why that saving account is really important. But we might have a few rough months where we might even see the net worth go a little bit, like backtrack a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ready for that, because then I will just continue to invest, and then the return in the future after the market does what it does will be even greater. But man, this has literally just been consistency. I've been learning, I've been growing, and this is the result of that. Let's scroll up and look at the chart. We finally went back over where we previously have been. That's pretty nice. I'm happy about that, because we took that big hit with that loan, but we're on the recovery now. And we're going to continue to contribute and continue to pay off this debt, man. And at the end of it, I will be left with a cool little car, which I'm happy about. I definitely do not recommend going into debt, especially such a large amount of debt for a vehicle. But I have a plan for it, and we'll see it through. It may not be the best plan, but took a risk, and we'll see what comes from it. And you got to be okay with that. And you got to learn from it, whether it goes good, whether it goes bad. There's things to learn. But at the end of the day, not everybody will understand what it is that you're trying to do. And they might have some sense behind what they're saying, right? It might not just be them hating. It might not just be them really doubting you. But everyone has their own thoughts and their own plan, man. And that's okay. But if you have yours and you're really set on doing something, take that chance, believe in yourself, and work. But this month has really been an eye-opening month with the amount that I was able to save from cutting back from the pleasures and sacrificing a little bit in order to really progress. And that's something that's very important, especially if you have these high goals that you wanted to reach. But thank you guys so much for watching, for commenting, liking, anything that you guys do. I really appreciate it so much, man. If you guys have something that you guys are trying to reach for, it doesn't even have to be financials. It can literally be whatever it is that you have in your head that you're trying to accomplish, man. Work towards it every single day. Stay consistent, man, and get to it. Take care.